from Numancia, Aklan. Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my usual morning cup of coffee, my coffee with Gino cup, my Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. Coffee, cream, and sugar all in one packet right here. Powder form, you just put it in your cup, put hot water, and you have a nice cup of coffee. Very inexpensive here in the Philippines. Many varieties of brands of 3-in-1 coffee. There's even a Manny Pacquiao 3-in-1 coffee. Malunggay 3-in-1 coffee. Copico's got like several black, brown, blanca, just different types of 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. Very popular here. Most Filipinos I know drink 3-in-1 coffee. This is more popular than brewed coffee here. Brewed coffee, there is brewed coffee here. You can buy beans, you can ground the beans, you can make yourself a pot of coffee, but it's costs you more. It costs you more. That's why people prefer the locals, especially the locals, they prefer the 3-in-1 coffee. I always start my live stream with the weather report. My good friend Vegas Will in Vegas, you know, he calls me Mr. Weatherman. He also calls me Mr. Chair Force now, because I used to be in the United States Air Force. I was in the Air Force for 20 years. I'm a retired United States Air Force. So I'm gonna do the weather. There's actually a tropical depression, Mirasol. Tropical depression Mirasol. It's now in the Cagayan, northern Luzon is where it's at now, causing rain, of course, because that's what tropical depressions do. And then there's actually another one that might develop into a tropical depression. It's still outside the Philippine area of responsibility. It's called the PAR by our Pag-asa. Pag-asa is our weather people here, like Weather Channel. If it comes into the Philippine area of responsibility, they are gonna call it NANDO, N-A-N-D-O. And that one, let me see, where's that at? Southeastern Luzon is where it's at. So still far for them to identify where it would make landfall, or if it even turns into a tropical depression. So far this month, we've had two weather like considered typhoons here in the Philippines. That's why now Marisol is number 13. So if Nando comes in, Nando's gonna be number 14. We usually get about 18 to 20 typhoons in the Philippines, but there's plenty of areas in the Philippines, including our area, Western Visayas, that we never hardly ever get hit with typhoons. We get rains from the typhoons, but they never pass in our area. I think my 14 years here in Aklan province, I only had two that was near enough to cause damage here into our province of Aklan. It was Yolanda, Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2014, and then Super Typhoon, what was that? I'm missing the name. I'm missing Ursula 2019. They caused damage pretty much most of the Philippines because it was a super typhoon, big typhoon. But most of the time, like last year, all the typhoons, like 18, 20 typhoons. This year, probably another 18 to 20 typhoons. We never get hit here in Aklan province, not with those regular typhoons, just the super typhoons like hit us. And those super typhoons, you know, they're rare, they're not common. That happens here in the Philippines. So so basically Ilocos Norte, Apayao, that's like northern Luzon, Western Visayas, we're getting rain here because of our monsoon, because of our habagat. Habagat is monsoon rains. Probably by the end of next month, we should be over this habagat season already. But so far, just in the Luzon area, they're getting rain because of a tropical depression, Mirasol. Mirasol. All right, that's the weather report. So I did my job, Vegas Will. All right, let me read the comments here. Read the comments here. Good morning, bro. My coffee. All right, is it now? Emma. All right, all right. Michael C, my good friend in Trece Martires in Cavite. Charlie Letts, my good friend in Boston. Good morning, Charlie. The weather is nice now, but the coffee is in my cup. I'm glad you're not getting rain. Last night, I think it might have rained, but I was asleep, man. I wouldn't know if it rained. Like a little bit cloudy this morning, but I think we're gonna. Earlier, the sun kind of peaked for sunrise, so I was able to watch the sunrise. And now the sun is coming out, so I'll go out there in a little bit, show you how light it is here. Like it's sunny. At least gonna be a sunny day. Magandang umaga, Olson. Magandang umaga, Aliyah, Isaiah, hello, buddy. I'm hot. Good. It was a great morning. Good start to my day. I got a message from Edgar from Ohio. Edgar from Ohio. He made it safely last night to Cebu City. Nice trip for him too. I think Edgar splurged a little bit. He flew business class, so he had a great flight. Yeah, he shared on his Facebook. I'm friends with Edgar on Facebook, so it was a comfortable ride. He said from the time he checked in his luggage all the way to Cebu, he didn't have to touch his luggage. I mean, that's awesome when you can do that, when you don't have to like go through customs, through all that madness, or like moving from one airlines to another airlines. I think he flew in ANA. I think that's Japanese. I think because he flew into Tokyo. And then to direct to Cebu. I don't think I've ever flown ANA, but I've flown many times to Narita Airport in Japan in Haneda. Back in my day, back in the early 2000s, when you fly into Narita in Tokyo, that's the international flight. And then Haneda was the domestic flight in Tokyo. I don't know the setup now. I don't know how the setup goes now, but that's how it was before. And it's always, for me, I always enjoy even just a layover, a stop, or anything like that in Japan. Japan's just, to me, that's just one of the beautiful countries in the world. One of the best places that I got to live. I lived in Japan for 4 years. Just an amazing place. I love my time. Very memorable to me. That's why when I saw on Edgar's post, he stopped in Japan. But Edgar is now in Cebu City, and he is going on a plane to land here in Aklan province. That's why I'm wearing my Panay Posse shirt. I'll have to get Edgar his Panay Posse shirt when he gets here, because I'm not quite sure what size he's gonna wear, but I'm gonna have. I already got him a cup. I got Edgar a welcome to Panay, welcome to Aklan. I got him his coffee with Gino cup, but I'm gonna get him a Panay Posse shirt for sure. And Edgar, he's fisherman. He likes to fish, like hobby fish. So I'm sure he will be happy to like go fishing with Dazzle, Mom, Leanna, and I'll film them. I'm not a big fisherman, but I'll let them do all the fishing. I'll let them do all the fishing. But we're all excited. We're all excited to see Edgar. I'm gonna pick him up. His flight comes in at noon time. That's why I already got showered. I'm already dressed. I'll probably leave the house here about 10 a.m. Wait for Dazzle to get up, and then Dazzle will probably go with me. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what the plan is for it. Like we always kind of freestyle it. We always kind of go with the flow because I can drive by myself. It's not a big thing to pick up Edgar in Caticlan, Boracay Airport. It's called the Boracay Airport, but the airport's not actually in Boracay. You know, it's one of those things. I don't know why they named it Boracay Airport. It just confuses people because when people come here, they're thinking, "Oh, I'll land in Boracay Island," you know. But they don't realize when they land in mainland Aklan, and they still have to catch a ferry. Actually, they have to catch a bus, a van, or tricycle. Most people catch a tricycle to go from the airport in Nabas, Aklan, over to the port, either Tabon Port, where Dazzle Land is in Tabon Port, or Caticlan Port. So it's confusing because there's so many things to it when you're going to Boracay Island. They are building an airport in in mainland Aklan. Hopefully they don't call it Boracay Island, so it will cut down on the confusion of people, because it just confuses people when they say Boracay Airport. Hopefully they'll decide to name it something else. Maybe, you know, Malay or Caticlan Airport, or maybe like a hero here in Aklan Province. Name it after somebody significant, like a popular person here in Aklan Province. Because when you land into like the airport in Caticlan, it's the strangest airport, because I've never been to an airport in my whole life, really. This is the only airport that I know where the departure terminal, the departure area, it's separate from the arrival area. So when you're arriving, you actually arrive at a different town in mainland Aklan. When you land in Caticlan Airport, Boracay Airport, you land in Nabas, Aklan, which is like I would say maybe 3 kilometers, maybe 4 kilometers from Caticlan. So there's a distance between the arrival and the departure. So it's kind of strange, you know. That's why it confuses people, and it's just not efficient the way they're doing it. But they've been doing it for like the last few years. Hopefully, when they build the new airport, hopefully that would fix that. That would fix that problem. There he is. There's Edgar. Edgar, don't miss your workout. I can ease. Oh no, no worries, man. I can, I can still get in. I think I can still get in a workout, but not a big deal. You know, it's like I can work out later on. You know, like after I picked you up, Edgar. The gym's open till nighttime. It's not a big deal. I'm a seasoned traveler. You're a seasoned traveler now. Well, you're an expert, man. You flew all the way from Ohio to the Philippines, man. That's a trek. I know that was a trek. Like you said, I saw your post, like 30 hours. This man with like layovers and things like that. I understand, Edgar. But I can't, I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to pick you up, Edgar. I'm excited to meet you in person. I'm excited to like show you what Aklan Province has to offer. Just a welcome, a nice welcome to the Philippines for you. I hope you like it here in Aklan, in Kalibo, but no pressure. Come here, you're on month-to-month stay. If you decide after a month that it's not for you, you will not hurt my feelings. I just want to help, with your soft landing in the Philippines, because it's hard, man. I remember when I landed here in 2011. I'm Filipino American. I understand both cultures, American and Filipino culture. But even when I came to Boracay Island, that's where my landing spot here initially in the Philippines, in 2011, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone. It's like the only person I knew was my landlord, and I haven't even met the landlord, till I got to Boracay. So I know the feeling. It's just I know, even me, I'm Filipino. I was still kind of like, unsure of how things were gonna go. It's like I was coming in. At least I didn't have to worry about the visa, the tourist visa and all that, because I'm a Balikbayan, so I was eligible for the Balikbayan privilege. The Balikbayan privilege is for Filipinos that left the Philippines, acquired citizenship all over the world, and they decide to come back to the Philippines. And you're a Balikbayan. Anytime you come, as long as you have a Philippine birth certificate, you don't even have to have your Filipino passport anywhere, because I lost mine. Mine expired way, like, I think in the 80s. And I never renewed my Philippine passport. And because I became an American citizen when I joined the military. So, but as long as you can prove that you have a birth certificate or your U.S. passport, it says they're born in the Philippines, you're good to go. You get the Balikbayan privilege here in the Philippines. 1 year, no fees. You don't have to pay anything. The Philippine government, they love Balikbayans to come back here in the Philippines and enjoy their country, because it's our country. When we're Balikbayan, the Philippines is always home for us. It's never, I lived in the United States for 30 years, but Philippines was always my home. When I'm in the U.S., even in the military, people refer to, you're Filipino, you're from the Philippines. Everybody always says, where are you from? My answer was always, I'm from the Philippines. I never answered like, I'm from California, or I'm from Texas, or Louisiana, the places that I got stationed, because I was just there in the military. I was just stationed there for a couple of years, so I couldn't really say that was my home. My home has always been the Philippines. That's why I'm back here. That's why I'm back in the Philippines. Obi, I'm debating whether to buy a vehicle and ferry it to Panay when we visit, or just fly there. I love having a car to travel, especially if we bring our dogs. All right. Buy a ferry it. Ferrying is easy, Olson, because I did that. I ferried our car from Katiklan. We took Katiklan. We left in our little Toyota Wico, because I'm the same as you, man. I don't like public transportation in the Philippines. That's why I'm so happy that we have a car, because like I took that little Wigo of ours, Dazzle and I. We boarded the to-go ferry. Very nice ferry, man. That's I recommend to go if you're gonna go travel ferry. If you can find it. It's not always, they don't always have a route. Depending on where you go. But we took that ferry, the to-go ferry, from Katiklan here in Aklan, all the way to Batangas. 12 hours on the ferry. But it was nice because we on the way there we got a cabin. They had a cabin available. First come, first serve, because they don't have many cabins. The cabins are nice because it's your own private room. You get a private shower inside the room. You don't have to share it. And a queen size bed. You even have like a little porthole where you can look outside. So almost felt like a cruise. And at the time, it was March 2022 when Dazzle and I did it. It was like 5,000 pesos. So not cheap. It came with breakfast at least. It did come with a free breakfast. But we wanted to splurge a little bit when we rode the to-go ferry for the first time. On the way back, we took the cheap route. We didn't have a private room. We just had bunk beds. We had bunk beds, and we slept in a bay of like hundreds of people. It felt like basic training. it felt like shared bathroom. But it was cheaper coming back. I think it was only like not even 1,200. I think. But the car you have to pay separate. When you load the car on a ferry here, the passenger, when you load the car, the driver is free to get on any boat. That's pretty standard, because I've taken ferries to Bacolod too. But the passengers, they have to pay. They have to But it's fun. It's the ferries are fun. I try to do the ferries like March, April, May. Because that's summer. That's like you don't have to worry about typhoon or like severe weather out at sea. Like you got to be a little adventurer, like my friend James and Karen's adventure, and Ray. They're in Masbate. This time of the year to travel, you got to be an adventurer because you never know. When weather comes in here in the Philippines, but. Oh, all right. My friend Mel, he had a message for me on WhatsApp. That's why I had to like pause there for a little bit. But let's see, my train of thought. Hold on. Oh man, I blew my train of thought there because I read my message there. Sorry about that, guys. I'm debating whether Panay, just fly there. All right. I You can always rent. There's rental cars. There's rental cars here, OB at in Aklan in Kalibo. They now have rental cars here that you can rent. My friend was renting it. It was reasonable. It was like $20 a day to rent a car. I don't know about the mileage and all that, but he rented it. I mean, you can easily just rent a car in Kalibo, and if you want to travel to Roxas City, Iloilo City, Antique Province, do the Panay Island route. But if you bring a car, that would be great too, because like you could travel Panay Island, and then from Panay to Negros Island all the way to Dumaguete. The another ferry from Dumangas to Bacolod City is only 4 hours by ferry. So you can really do some traveling on a ferry. It's that it does take patience. It does take patience because when you ride the ferry here, you have to process to the Coast Guard. There's really no online reservation or anything like that. Nothing like the reservation for the ferries here. Olson, you get to the port where you're leaving, and there's a guy with a clipboard. You put your name on the list, and then it's up to him to call you. So maybe if you slip him a little, maybe he'll call you first. No, I'm not saying, but it's like. When you get here, I'll show you. I'll show you how it's done on the ferry, man. But I've done the ferry a few times now. It's fun. It's fun. The ferries are fun. Thanks, OB. Give my belly time to adjust to the local food. Then we will do balut. I don't know, but you're brave. You're brave, man. You're with a balut, man. You're brave, man. I mean, you would not have a problem. Dazzle, Mom, Leanna, they love balut, man. They could eat a lot of balutes, man. So, but not me, man. I'll pass on the balut. I'll pass on the balut. Hi, Gino. Good morning. Good morning, Lucita, my good friend in Maine. Sending you lots of thank you. Thank you so much, Lucita. Tomorrow is my big day. Looking forward to. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Lucita. That's so awesome. That's gonna be great. Celebrate with the family. That's awesome. Make sure you take it easy with the squid, Edgar. Chew it thoroughly. My son had stomach issues when we ate squid last year. We will make sure to do precautions with Edgar. Slowly ease him into like the local cuisines here, Olsen. Water, we'll pay close attention to water because that usually is what, even ice on the water, usually that's the one I think that causes stomach issues for people that get here. And then of course seafood. You are correct, Obi. It's like we will, probably stick to like really fresh, like alive fish, before they cook it. That way it's alive. Same thing with seafood, oysters, whatever. A squid, maybe find one that's still alive, because I think that's where the problem lies, when the seafood is already dead, or when the way they prepare it. That could be an issue here. But we'll slowly ease Edgar to the cuisine here in Aklan province. Howdy, Daniel. Howdy. Good morning, Daniel. My good friend in Jacksonville, Florida. My Panay Posse bros. All right, watching you while and cutting my hair. All right, you're cutting. Hey, I got my hair cut, man. I went to the barber yesterday. My friend Gray too. He got a haircut too. They weren't used to his hair, but so he wasn't too happy with the haircut, but it is what it is. It's a new barber. He got a new barber. He's not, he's used to his barber in the U.S. But me, man, anybody can cut my hair because it's just a fade. I like it, little high and tight. Actually, he left a little hair on here. Usually, I like it almost skin, but he did a good job. He did, and I like the haircuts here because after the haircut, they put like alcohol. They'll alcohol their hand and they'll start massaging your head. They'll massage your head. They massage your neck, your shoulders. It feels good after a haircut. You're kind of like sitting there, massage. They get you a hot towel, to like get the hair off your face, off your head. They have like a hot towel that they use. That haircut costs a little more than usual. I usually go to my barber, Nonoy. It's like 120 pesos. But we went to the mall because my friend, it's air conditioned. A lot of barber shops here in the Philippines is not air conditioned. So you'll be sitting there, you'll be sweating while you're getting a haircut. But I didn't want to take my friend there. He's not used to that. He's not used to that. So I took him over to the mall, Gaisano Mall at Gems. Jems is Jim's barber, and I have a barber there. Jason's my barber there, but he was busy, so I just took. I'm not. I like Jason cutting my hair, but my hair is easy to cut. It's just like a fade on the sides and on the back and the top. Just trim the top. I don't comb my hair. I've not owned a comb. I don't buy gels. It's like I shampoo my hair. Then when it's done, it's done. It's like I'm low maintenance. I'm low maintenance. Hey, Daniel. Good to see you. All right. My hair stopped growing on the top after they cut in boot camp. Now. Hey, not a problem, man. You easy enough to get a buzz cut here. They're good at that. I mean, they even shave you here. It's like I know like some expats get their head shaved, beard shaved. With like the razor. It's like they have that leather thing. They'll be doing this, and then they'll shave you. They'll shave that. They're good at that, man. I guess they're careful with that in the U.S. I'm sure because you don't want to be cutting somebody or little blood come out. That could be an issue. But here they do a good job. I'm sure it happens. Like the getting cut. But from what I'm seeing when they do it, I see it. I don't see anybody getting cut. The guys know what they're doing. A lot of the barbers here, it's like they've been doing it for many years, so they're good at cutting hair. All right, I'm at the bottom. So today I was gonna discuss. Somebody had made a comment on I did the video came out last night at midnight regarding Veronica Hotel, and the gentleman noticed that he noticed like something. I gotta forget the comment, but something like Roxas. Is not as big as Iloilo City, and it isn't, And I was gonna talk a little bit about that today. The difference. I'll try to compare like Iloilo City, Roxas City, and Kalibo because those are the three that I know. Those are the three that I often visit, and I can share to you what I've seen. Comparison wise. Iloilo City is the bigger city out of the three. Iloilo City is the bigger city. It's not as big as Manila or it's not as big as Cebu City. They do have traffic. They do have traffic in Iloilo City, mostly during rush hour. Like same thing here in Kalibo. Anywhere you go, pretty much, in Panay Island, Kalibo, Roxas City, or Iloilo. During rush hour. When I say rush hour, 7 to 8 in the morning, and then around 4 to 5 in the afternoon, you're gonna see traffic because it's the kids going to school. It might be different during the summer months because at least the kids are off school, but during the school year, which is most of the year, I would say 9 months out of the year, you're gonna see traffic in any of those areas. Even me here in Numancia, just take. I mean, we live in a little town. When I have to take Leanna to school on Bumblebee, I got to dodge other tricycles, motorbikes. It's just a little bit of chaos because everybody's rushing to get their kids to school, and then a lot of times they drop their kids to school. They go to work. Government workers, most government workers have to be at work at 8. So there's always a rush. 7 to 8, and then 4 to 5 in the afternoon. And what I've noticed, like the drop off, you know how in the U.S. the drop off for kids at school, it's pretty organized, right? You got people guiding them, Here, man, it's just, you'll be lucky if there's like a one school guard or somebody, or a auxiliary police like helping do the traffic during drop off. But it's just crazy. It's just like it's difficult. It's difficult to like drop off, even for me. When I drop off Leanna at school, it's like I always have to park far, walk Leanna to the crossing, make sure she crosses safe, because that's another thing here. The pedestrian lane, even at a school zone, people don't stop. I mean, it's just a crazy thing. There's a viral video right now in Kalibo, in Tigayon, Kalibo. This transport van, public transportation, this kid was crossing with his mom, crossing on the crosswalk on a school zone. And kids sometimes they get excited and the kids start running. And this guy on a van, mind you, this is a crosswalk with lines. This van tried to like duck another car, pass another car or something, and he barely missed the kid, and he got caught on CCTV. So now I'm sure they remove his driver's license. I'm sure they're gonna penalize the guy, even though he didn't hit the kid. Man, it was close. It was cool. I saw the video. If you're interested in the video, I think there's a vlogger called Archie, or what is that? His name is, he's a local vlogger. He speaks in Aklanon. Pobre is Pobreng Aklanon, or something like that. Pobreng, then Aklanon, Aklana. And he's like big here. He's actually big in the Philippines. He does a lot of YouTube videos, local news, and all that. So to me, the three places, Iloilo City, Roxas City, and Kalibo, Iloilo City, not a problem for you to find a condo. They got lots and lots of condos. Newer condos at Mega World, or even older condos. Like if you don't want to pay like the 25,000, 30,000 range for a one bedroom, you can get older ones for like 15,000. Older districts in Iloilo. And I've done many videos. I have a playlist of my Iloilo videos. You can see some of the things I've filmed in Iloilo City. Just more availability of condos in Iloilo City. I always say Iloilo City is the best city in the Philippines. I don't see a city close, not even close to Iloilo City. It's just, Iloilo City is just a well-planned city, very walkable, the most bike-friendly city in the Philippines, one of the cleanest cities in the Philippines, if not the cleanest, because they actually have trucks, like garbage trucks, like US style, like where they all the electronic thing, the whole thing, they got all the, they got the LGU does a great job of keeping Iloilo and safe. Some of the kindest people you'll meet in the Philippines, in Iloilo City. I'm not just plugging them. I'm not Ilonggo. I'm not from Iloilo. It's just my observation that, after all my travels, if you're looking for a city, Iloilo's got everything, in my opinion, first. So my friends that I've referred there's a few of them now. They're all enjoying their life in Iloilo City, because if you want the more Western lifestyle, Iloilo City is the place. You got condos, you got houses. Oh, my friend asking me, should I visa redone in Boracay? I'll take it. Hey, good morning, my buddy. We'll figure it out. That's easy, man. We can do it here in Kalibo. For tourist visa, you can renew it here in Kalibo. You can do it in Boracay. It's super easy here. Not crowded at all. Even Mike from That Philippines Life, he gets his tourist visa renewed in Kalibo because it's so easy. The process in Kalibo is so easy. Not a lot of people. You know, every time I take somebody to the tourist visa place in Kalibo or in Boracay, there's nobody there. You know, I'm the only one there with the person that renewing their visa. But to me, if you're looking for a more Western lifestyle, Iloilo City, that's the place to be, because you got SNR, they're building landers, the condominiums are the closest you'll get to condominiums in the U.S. It's still, you know, there's still issues. People, you know, still complain because you know, there's just people that's gonna complain about the Philippines, like, you know, still below, you know, U.S. standards. You know, it is what it is. You know, that's like, you're not in the U.S. You know, that's the thing you gotta realize. You know, this is the Philippines. They're doing their best to westernize the Philippines, to make it more improve the infrastructure, but it's not America. You know, the infrastructure in America is still a lot better. Condos in America are still better. As far as like public transportation in Iloilo City, really easy. You don't even need a vehicle there. You know, it's like, especially if you live in the condos, because most of the condos in Iloilo City, you're walking distance to like 7-Eleven, grocery, restaurants. So, you know, I know, you know, my friend Frederick, he's been in Iloilo for over a year now. He doesn't have a motorbike. He doesn't have a car. You know, you don't need to, because it's easy to walk around. And then even there's Grab, you can use Grab, but they have taxis. And the taxis in Iloilo City, they're not like Manila taxi. You know, Manila taxi, to me, they're just crooked. You know, it's like you get scammed. There's all kinds of scams with taxis in Manila. Iloilo people, they don't do that. You know, when you go to Iloilo City, I've never been scammed at the taxis. They're polite, they're nice people, and they're always, and it doesn't cost so much. If you ride a taxi in Manila, man, you're not going far, and it's costing you 300, 500, you know, on a taxi. In Iloilo City, I've never spent more than 150 pesos, $2.20 on a taxi. I've spent maybe a lot of times below 100, and it takes me all over Iloilo City already. Hey Bon, hello Bon. Good morning, my brother. Bill, good morning, Bill. Good morning, Bill. The wife is excited about the seafood, oyster more in Iloilo. All right. They do have some good oysters there. It would not surprise me though, Vaughn, if the oysters in Iloilo come from Aklan. Because Aklan, New Washington Aklan is specifically, man, it's like, for us here in Aklan province, it's the seafood capital of Aklan. Man, their oysters there are amazing. I wish I could still eat it, but I really remember how it tasted. I used to eat, my favorite was like the oysters Rockefeller. They cook it, they bake it with cheese, garlic, like toasted garlic, delicious, man. But the Aklan oysters, you can Google it, man. You can Google it and check it out, man. It's like big, man, and it's so tender. I mean, it's just like melts in your mouth. It's like eating butter, man. It's like, but they do have oysters in Iloilo. But the best oysters I've eaten in the entire Panay Island is New Washington Aklan. New Washington, they're known for it. They mass produce it in New Washington. They actually supply Boracay, I know, probably supply Iloilo too. It wouldn't surprise me if they even supply Iloilo. We'll make a twice a month event to go for the oyster. Hey, you will not be disappointed, Vaughn. The oysters in New Washington Aklan, you can buy them for 30 pesos a kilo. For 2 pounds of oyster, that includes the oyster, that includes the shell and everything, alive oyster, for 30 pesos, for about 55 US cents. But you can also, we've also bought it before, where they bottle it. They bottle it in like a pint, like the lapad pint. They'll bottle it where they already remove all the oysters, right? It's all oyster, no chucking, no opening, no nothing like that. It's a bottle, fresh. We've cooked it before at home. We many different ways. We've made fried oysters with it, gumbo. You can put it on gumbo. I mean, you can do all kinds. We've cooked it in like scrambled eggs. They're just so delicious. It's like I said, it's like eating butter, man. It's like eating butter. Less than $1 for a kilo. Yeah, exactly, man. For $1, you're almost getting 2 kilos of oysters. Those things will be everywhere. They're very popular. I mean, they're very popular. People, in here, because people always, it's a big thing here when it's seafood. People want it fresh. So that's the thing. It's hard to travel with it, right? It costs more to like eat. That's why that same oyster that you pay like 30 pesos a kilo in New Washington, if you take it to Boracay, that same oyster, you're probably going to pay over 200 pesos a kilo in Boracay, just because it's got to get shipped, it's got to get iced, it's got to be taken on a boat. So crawfish, I have not seen crawfish, Vaughn. They have it because sometimes I see the shrimp with like the long legs, but it's not the same crawfish that I used to eat in Louisiana. It's not the same. But it's not plentiful here. It's not plentiful. At the rivers, I guess they just don't multiply fast enough. But there's many other. If you're into shellfish, man, there's many. Shrimp. Shrimp. The prawn, the big prawn. That's one thing about Panay Island, man. It is not lacking in seafood. There's just a ton of seafood here. Fortune, good AM, Fortune, Bam, and Panay Pasi. Hello, Mr. Fortune. So getting back to so for me, like if you're looking for a more Western style living, that's what Iloilo City is. Yeah, that's the closest to a Western style living that you'll get in Panay Island. Now, Roxas City, to me, it's a step down. It's a step down from Iloilo City. I would say I would consider being like large, like a city, large. So Roxas City is medium size. It's medium size, and Roxas City, it's not as modern as Iloilo City. Infrastructure. They're doing more as far as infrastructure, but you will notice when you drive around Roxas City, it's an older city with less new. Not unlike Iloilo City. Iloilo City might be an old city, but they are just constructing so much. Mega world, like Manduria area, just like a tall, non-stop construction of hotels, condos. It's happening in Roxas City, but at a smaller scale. There was one condo, and I think James and Karen's Adventure, they stayed there. I think I saw a video they made when they were in Roxas. Not this time, but the last visit they had on Roxas City. There is a condo there built, but it's just not the same as in Iloilo City, where the condos in Iloilo City, they put it at the heart of the action. Usually right beside the mall. Usually by restaurants. The condo that I saw, and we passed it actually. It's going to like when I showed on the last night's video the Sacred Heart, the 132-foot statue of Jesus up on the mountain. It's going that direction. So it's actually going away from town. The condo. I mean, it's a nice condo. They do have, I think, a 7-Eleven in it, but you would have to like have transportation. You would have to have like a motorbike, or I guess you can ride the tricycles there. It's not as convenient as far as like to me, the most convenient for condos is Iloilo City, because the minute you come out to the lobby of your condo, the minute you go out, there's McDonald's, there's Burger King, there's SNR. You're right you're right in the heart of Iloilo, the Manduria, the new Iloilo. And then if you want the older Iloilo, like the downtown area, they have older condos there too, cheaper than Manduria. Not as many condominiums that I know of in Roxas City. They have them, but they're just not plentiful. If you're looking for a condo, Iloilo City, I can get you a condo today. It's not a problem. There's like availability of condos in Roxas City. There you go. Mom and Leanna just came home. They went to church. They went to church. There you go. They just came home from church. Yeah. They just came home from church. I dropped them off earlier, but I told them I was gonna do the live stream, so they did. They took the public tricycle, because. Well, wow! Somebody dropped you. Oh wow! They found a ride. Somebody gave them a ride in a car. Yeah. Oh, nice. It's not far. Their church here, it's only like maybe 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Not far. So, but they got a ride. They got a ride from one of the people at church. Let me go back. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Fortune, all right. One. Fortune, hello. Obi says hello. Edgar, good day. My Edgar, Von. All right. Everybody's just greeting. That's good. I like the vibe, man. We're becoming friendly here. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Fortune. Bon, Edgar, good morning. All right, Ray in the Philippines. Hey, Ray in the Philippines. He's in Masbate right now with check out his channel. He's got a YouTube channel. He's staying with Michael White in Masbate Island. Michael White, he's got a channel too. His channel is Thriving Philippine Expat, and he is thriving. He's thriving out there in Masbate. Very knowledgeable of living in the Philippines, thriving in the Philippines. Please check out his channel. You will learn a lot of things from Michael. Ray in the house right now. What did do? Von? What did do? I saw Ray's I watched your live stream, Ray, but replay of it, and I saw you just chilling on the hammock. You got the life, Ray. You're chilling in a hammock doing a live stream on a hammock, man. That's so cool. Right on, Ray. No classes for Leanna. No classes today for Leanna. Fortune. It's not about the weather. It's not about anything like that. They're having a teachers conference. Right, Leanna? Oh, she's gone. I thought she was running. She's gone. She's at the CR. All right, she's at the comfort room. She's like using the CR. But Leanna has no class today because they're doing an activity in school, the teachers. In public school here, every time the teacher's doing something in school, activity in school, no school for the kids. But what they end up doing is like homework. They give them homework. Yeah, that's what Leanna said. She got homework to do. And then tomorrow is Kumon, so you got to do your Kumon homework too. She stays busy. Leanna, she always tells me, Kuya, I'm so busy. She always tells me that, she's the class president for her grade 7 class. So she's always attending meetings. Teachers are always giving her extra duty. But I told her that's good because that means your teachers depend on you, you're reliable, Mom and Leanna. All right. Thank you, Olsen. Good morning, ladies. Ray. Good morning, Ray. Edgar. Morning, Mom and Leanna. All right. You're gonna meet them soon, Edgar. You're gonna meet them soon. Oh, when fitness meets faith, my good friend Ria in Tennessee. Hey, June, are you decorating for Christmas? Not yet. Not me. I kept the U.S. tradition. It's like usually after Thanksgiving, we do not have Black Friday here in the Philippines, not the shopping thing. But usually the day after, that's when Dazzle and I put up a Christmas tree. We wait after Thanksgiving because we gotta decorate for Halloween. Here in our neighborhood they celebrate Halloween because I live in a gated community and they do celebrate Halloween here. So I have to dig up. I have some not a lot. I think a couple of masks, a couple of like plastic pumpkin I can put on our. That way the kids know that they can come to our house and we'll have candy for them. So I got to worry first about Halloween, then Thanksgiving, and then that's when we put up our Christmas tree. I'd miss doing it early. Living in the U.S. means I have to wait. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I wait. I guess I'm still got the American culture in me, and it's like I've stayed in the U.S. before I moved here, over 30 years. So I'll wait. I'll wait till after Thanksgiving. I love to live vicariously through me. Thank you. And you're gonna see more. I think I'm getting healthier now. I'm feeling confident about my health. I'm in the gym. I'm working out in the gym. I'm feeling strong. So I know this coming summer I'm excited. Like March, April, May. I'll do more. I'll do more like traveling. I'll do when Leanna's on vacation. Michael from Masbate, he invited me today. I got a message on my Facebook. He invited me to come there. So I would love to take Leanna and Dazzle to Masbate in the summer, during the summer break of Leanna. That way we can take our time. We're not in a hurry. School is still, right now with Leanna's priority. But we'll travel more for sure this coming summer. I'm excited. I gotta get stronger, healthier. I'll do that. I got many months left. I think I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Where are you now, Edgar? Edgar, he is in Cebu City. He landed last night, 10 p.m. He flew in from Tokyo. So this morning, he's gonna catch a flight from Cebu City to Boracay Airport, which is in mainland Aklan. I'll pick him up in Nabas, Aklan. It's gonna take me about an hour 15 minutes to get to the airport. So I got time. It's still early. He doesn't get in till noon. I'll probably leave here around 10 a.m. That way, just in case Dazzle wants to come along because she's still sleeping. Good morning, good day, Ray, good day. Hey, Fortune, Cebu. Ooh, Cebu Sempre Hotel. I have to look that up. Edgar, I haven't seen that hotel. Usually, a lot of people that I know when they go to Cebu, they stay in Mactan. The Mactan, the area, Newtown. I think Mactan Newtown is called. But I have to check out the Cebu Sempre Hotel. He's flying in at noon. He's flying in at noon. I'm gonna be there at the airport, picking up Edgar this morning. I got another message. The message. All right. Somebody's asking my help to find a house in Kalibo for rent starting November. So. All right. She's a very smart one. All right. Thank you. Jason. All right. Gonna have. Good. Well, our plan for Leanna, that's why I'm kind of, she's in high school now. She's in seventh grade. And I think this is an important time for her. Like high school, it's kind of have to get serious about academic. Because our plan for her is nursing school when she hits college. So her math is, man, it's like I'm happy with her math. She needs work with reading and comprehension in English, but she's improving. She's already like top 2 in her class, but I want to keep pushing her. I want to keep challenging her and pushing her. Okay, good timing for Gino. At first, thought earlier, so no live today. No, no, no. I figure I'd start the live earlier because Leanna didn't have school, and then I can get ready. I'll still, that way I can eat breakfast. I can take my time before I pick up Edgar. She has to pick her own path. I was playing. Oh no, no worries. It's like, I think in the U.S. I understand that. It's like people in the U.S. They let their kids like choose, and nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's like, but here in the Philippines, for us anyway, the way we think, Fortune can tell you this, we kind of steer the kids to a direction because a lot of times, like at 12, she don't know what she wants. For here, a lot of times the parents here look at the kid and see, okay, what's the kid good at? Like, is the person gonna be a good lawyer? Is the kid gonna be a good doctor? Is he gonna be a good nurse? And you kind of sense, and then you get a feel for what the kid wants, and then kind of steer them there. I mean, she can change her mind, when she gets there, but to us, I think it's a good idea to put that in their head. That way, they have a direction. A lot of times, kids, if you don't give them a direction, they don't really know. It's like, and then that's why they get to like high school, they get to, that's when you end up with kids like attending college and they're like clueless of what they want in college. They take courses that, when they graduate college, it's unemployable here in the Philippines, or they graduate college, or during college, they switch courses. To me, for us, I think it would, for us anyway, for Dazzle and I are playing for Leanna, we want to have her a good direction, because for us here in the Philippines, the way I look at it, when you graduate college here in the Philippines, there's really only a few paths where you graduate college, the degree that you're going to hold here, where it's going to make you money after graduation. Doctor, nurses, of course, maybe a seaman, that's in demand here, like to be a merchant marine. But anything outside that, a lot of like the courses here in the Philippines, I see kids here taking courses like business administration, things that I know when they're graduate, they're not going to be marketable. That's why a lot of kids here in the Philippines, they do graduate college. They have a higher rate of college graduates here, but after they graduate, they don't got a job. Unemployment is so high. Nursing, I know for Leanna, if she does well at nursing school, get licensed here, she might have to work in the Philippines for a year or two to get experience as a nurse. But I've seen nurses get recruited here in the Philippines after graduation, go overseas, work in Japan, Korea, Europe, South America. So there's just a lot of opportunity at nursing. That's why we're pushing her to nursing. She will have a good career. I am very excited for you, Edgar. Enjoy the adventure. Enjoy the adventure. He is not marketable. I wanted to be a physical therapist before graduating. He is not marketable. Our physical therapist graduating high school. Nursing is a great career path. Yes, yes. Here in the Philippines, I think that, nursing, to me anyway, my opinion, nursing, and here in Aklan province, very popular here, is becoming a merchant marine, be a seaman. Because I would say, man, like a lot of my neighbors are seamen working overseas in ships, and they're making good money because they're able to afford a gated community. They are able to afford a vehicle here. Very popular in Aklan province. It's not quite correct. HRM. All right. Yeah, I just see a lot of like, I went to college here. I went to college here in STI College Kalibo. I graduated with an IT degree, information technology. And I just saw, even at STI College, there's just a lot of degrees there that aren't marketable upon graduation, because I see it with the kids I graduated with. They graduated and they're working like odd jobs now. You know, some of them like retail, some of them restaurant. And, you know, I'm not knocking those jobs. I mean, I'm glad they're working, but you know, if I think they've chosen nursing, they would have had a better career, a better life. You know, not you know, it's like for me in the Philippines, as long as you got work here, man, you're happy. You know, it's like any job for a Filipino, you're happy that your kid or your, you know, or your relative is working here. Yeah, college in the States isn't a guarantee to get a job for what they study. Yes, I agree. I agree, Jason Potter. If I was in the U.S., what I know now, you know, graduating high school, had I not joined the military, I would have gone to vocational school for sure. I would have learned how to weld. I would have learned how to machinery, you know, how to make, you know, work with my hands. I would have selected that career. You know, like you said, a lot of college degrees just don't make sense. You know, you get a degree and you graduate and you accumulate all your student debt in the US and then you can't get a job. You know, so that was not a good choice to me, in my opinion, right? Like, why get in debt, graduate, and then you can't find a job? You know, you got to make sure you get a job, like, you know, to pay your loans, you know, pay your student loans. HRM is not marketable. Is HRM, are you talking about hotel restaurant management, Vaughn, or is it human resources management? There's, you know, maybe line it out that way I can tell. The problem with those degrees, like STI College Kalibo has hotel restaurant management degrees, 4-year degree. A person go 4-year degree. But when you graduate with that 4-year degree, your most logical place to work here is Boracay Island, right? Because all the hotels in Boracay, you would think, you know, you would be marketable there, work at the hotel. And you are, you will get one if you graduate from STI College Kalibo, you will get a hotel job in Boracay, but you're only gonna make at like 15,000 pesos, $250 a month. There's people working in the hotel that didn't go to college. You know, there's people that's working in the hotel. You know, maybe somebody in their family. You know how it is in the Philippines. You know, nepotism happens here. You know, you hire your relatives. You know, and there's nothing illegal about that here in the Philippines. It's not like in the U.S. If you keep hiring your relatives, you know, that might be an issue. Here, you know, that's very common here to, you know, if somebody gets rich, somebody owns a hotel, he's gonna hire people that he's relatives with because he can trust them. You know, nothing wrong with that here in the Philippines. Oh, okay, good. Good. That's what I thought you said. You know, that's what I want. Hotel. So, you know, for a college graduate here in the Philippines, when they graduate college here, usually they're 22 years old. You know, and then of course here in the Philippines, there's also a lot of times if you get that degree, hotel restaurant management, in order for you to work at the hotel, you know, they how am I going to work it? They put it like with pleasing personality, but what they're really saying is you got to be tall, beautiful to work the front desk. This, you know, because here they can when they're hiring here, the hotels are hiring here, Vaughn, they can specifically say, we're looking for a female, we're looking for somebody below 25 years old, single, you know, no family. They can actually put that in the application. You know, it's not like in the US that would be considered discrimination, not equal opportunity. Here, they can screen people. You're not going to be working at a front desk of a top hotel in Boracay Island if you're not good looking. You know, that's just the thing, you know, there's that, you know, so that kind of like eliminates some people, you know, when they take that course. A lot of time, and then like I said, the pay, even if you do get hired at the hotel at the front desk, you could be working for Henan Hotel, making 15,000 pesos, $250 a month. You can be in that trajectory. You can be on that job for 10 years until you become older and they replace you with a new one. You know, so that's why I said, it's, to me, just my opinion, it's not you can get a job in hotel and restaurant management, but the progression in career is just not there. I don't see it. Better nursing is a lot better because the minute you become a nurse, the minute you get the experience, license, experience, you've passed your English qualification exam, man, you're be in demand to go overseas. They can't recruit you fast enough to go to England, Norway, making over $2,000-3,000 a month. You got a good career path if you do nursing. Jason pa, at the railroad, we had so many people came in with degrees. They can't find a job or it doesn't pay as much as the railroad. I know, right? Jace? I'm getting a glare. I don't want to make sure I get the Jason. Yeah. Right? It's like, and that happens I know that happens in America. A lot of like jobs that are like mechanic, carpenter. Those people make money. They make good money because they're hands-on. Not many people want to. They look at traditional vocational school. They look at it. Oh, that's manual labor. I don't want to work manual labor. But man, those are the people making money now. If you repair like air condition, heater, the HVAC, I know those guys make a ton of money. Or even like if you're like the guys that wire the buildings for like computers, like I know, the manual labor just makes more money. Good morning, way late. What subject for today? College? No. I got sidetracked. My bad, Belis. I was discussing Iloilo City, Roxas City, and then Kalibo. So I finished discussing Iloilo City is kind of like the large. I consider it large. Roxas City is a medium-sized city. Like I said, Roxas City is like older. I mean, they're trying to improve it, but they got a long way from catching up with Iloilo City. But the thing about Roxas City that what makes it nice is Bye-Bye Beach. Iloilo City doesn't have that. If you live in Iloilo City, even if you go to like a Haro area, there's not a beach. There's a seawall. There's restaurants where you can eat, but there's not a beach. Whereas in Roxas City, there's the beach. You can see it at that Philippines like Michael's and Kat's channel. You can see they live on the beach. They can open the gate, the bamboo gate, and he's walking on the sand. He's right there on the water. Same thing with the Canadian beaver. And Bye-Bye Beach is just long. It's like there's plenty of space in Bye-Bye Beach. If you're looking to live right on the beach, you can find a place on Bye-Bye Beach where you can live. Whereas I said in Iloilo City, you don't have that. And of course, the Iloilo City's got the bigger airport, the nicer airport, direct flights to like everywhere. The Iloilo City's got the direct flights to like Taiwan, Thailand, Singapore. They got direct flights to Bicol region, to Dumaguete, to Panglao, Bohol, to Davao. Everything is there. Whereas the Roxas City, they do have an airport. It's a small airport. Most of the time, they only fly to either, I know my cousin took a flight there to Manila. I'm not even sure. They probably have to Cebu, maybe, but very few flights. But, so you can kind of compare. And then, of course, Iloilo City will be more expensive than Roxas City. Roxas City will be cheaper. Living in Roxas City will be cheaper than just about basic needs. Roxas City is a smaller city. Kind of hard to maneuver a little bit in Roxas City as far as the traffic. It's just not, they don't have the space that Iloilo City has. Iloilo City, the diversion road is huge. 6 lanes, both sides, That's why it reduces traffic. Whereas in Roxas City, when I drive Roxas City, and I drive Roxas City, I drive Iloilo City so I can compare. In Roxas City, there's a lot of detour, a lot of one way, a lot of like, you're following Google Map. You're like, well, where is this taking me? It's just a medium-sized city, but it's a nice city. I would recommend. when at the time when we were looking to buy our home here, we actually looked at Camellia Savannah. We were looking at, and then they also have Camellia in Rojas, very nice up on a hill with a nice view. So we considered it, and then we ended up here in Numancia because my love for Boracay, because like I'm so close to Boracay here. If I live in Rojas City, that's another 2 hours. So it takes about 3 hours to go from Rojas to Boracay. It takes me an hour and 15. That's to me that's the winning factor for me. That's why I chose Aklan province. I chose Camellia Aklan. And then the last part of the discussion is Kalibo. We're even, you got Iloilo City large, you got Rojas City medium, and Kalibo, we're small. We're small. We do not have the SM. We don't, the mall SM. We don't have Robinson's Mall. All we have is the Gaisano Mall, the two Gaisano malls, and City Mall, Kalibo. But we're small compared to the two of them, and our roads, aren't built like a city. That's why I think we're gonna have a hard time. They've been trying to make Kalibo a city, but I think that's their problem. It's just we just don't have the road. Most of the roads here in Kalibo, they're 4 lanes, but the 2 lanes on the outside, they're used for parking. So you only get one lane going this way, one lane going this way. They put a bike lane actually, but the bike lane, there's always people parked on the bike lane, either motorcycles, tricycles, cars. It's pretty much useless. We're not bicycle friendly. We're not bicycle friendly here in Kalibo. It's like you can ride your bike. I used to, but I'm an experienced bicycle rider. I've been riding bicycles all my life. So when I lived in Kalibo, I lived in Kalibo 2012 to 2016 when I was attending college. I didn't have a car until like 2014. I bought a car, a used car, but I would ride my bicycle everywhere in Kalibo because it's small. It's small. You don't need a vehicle. I think you don't need a vehicle in Kalibo. You can get by in Kalibo even without a motorbike. Ruben's been in Kalibo now since January. Nefty, he's been in Kalibo since February. They don't have cars. They don't have motorbikes because everything is within walking distance. Like from where they're staying at La Casa Española. Less than a kilometer is the Grand Gaisano Mall. You can walk there. 7-Eleven is around the corner. There's restaurants, there's food, but they're all, to me, it just depends on the person. It's like, that's why I don't push anyone to like Iloilo City, Rojas City, or Kalibo. I let them make the choice, because we're all different. We're all looking for, each has its own benefits from, it's like, it just depends on the person, if you're looking for a place that's going to be cheapest out of the three, that would be Kalibo. Housing wise, food wise, everything wise, Kalibo would be the cheapest. If budget is important, We just got a discussion, Belus, my good friend in Wyoming, about college. I get sidetracked sometimes when somebody questions. I got thinking about college. How's the retirement at the railroad? Oh, that's cool, man. The railroad. That's like a fun job, man. Riding the railroad, man. One, it's great, and unlike Social Security, our retirement is in the bank. That is awesome. That's awesome, Jason. Fortune, my sis-in-law graduate hotel, restaurant, institution, management, HRIM from UP Dilmay. Got a job at small hotel in Cavite. Wanted to be a chef, but parents can't support her, so they put her to law school. Oh, okay, all right. One, cool, I got this federal job thing going. Anticipating or qualify for annuity in 7 years. All right, all right. Fortune, passed the Philippine bar in 2005 to that. Her U.S. petition came, so went to U.S., passed the California bar. She's a partner Oh, very nice, very nice. What a great journey for Chen. What a success story. Always nice to hear that. Always nice. She must be smart, right? Because a lawyer, that's one of the courses where you really got to be really smart uh, to go to law school, bro. I now working USA, making bank. Exactly, exactly. I mean, nursing. It's like, to me, I know if Leanna finishes nursing school here in the Philippines, and I'm working on her English, it's really like upgrading her English, her reading and comprehension. She's a kind person. She's honest. She's a good person. She's gonna have a good career in nursing wherever she goes. Wherever she goes. Law school was cheaper. That I do not know. I do not know anybody that attended law school, even here in Kalibo. I think they do have law school in Kalibo, like I think at Aklan Catholic College. But a lot of the students that attend law school, I notice in Kalibo at Aklan Catholic College, they're older. They had graduated college already, and it's not one of those where young kids, young. Most of the time, I think if you're serious about law, here in the Philippines, you would have to go to Manila or Cebu or Iloilo City, the big cities, to like go through like a good law school here in the Philippines. Same thing with medicine. If you're serious about medicine, I do not think we have a doctor's school here in Kalibo. You would have to go to Iloilo, and they have some of the best medical schools in Iloilo City. I even saw a video my cousin sent to me. There's even people in the United States recommending Iloilo City as a medical school instead of attending medical school in the U.S. because of the cost and the quality of the education you can get at medical school in Iloilo City. Nice. I just started getting my pay, so things are getting better. All right, congratulations, Jason. I'm in the same boat, man. I have my military pension, and we live comfortable. It's like, I'm always so grateful for my time in the military, what it's provided to me. I got a good retirement pay, military pension, but I'm excited to get my Social Security, man. I'm less than 3 years away from my Social Security. So for us, once I get my Social Security, that will be my second pension here in the Philippines. That's life changing for Dazzle and I. We can now build. We bought land in Katiklan. We will build like another home there, a 1-bedroom home. We can travel. I can afford to take Dazzle to the United States and travel the world. Like I said, that's gonna be life changing once I get my Social Security. I'm looking forward to that. Fortune, yes, Vaughn. She didn't go to UP Dina, just near Bacoor in Las Piñas, University of Perpetual Health. Belus, cousin is from marriage, educated and very happy here. I think he may have married his partner. Cousin is from marriage, educated and very happy here. Oh yeah, right. That's good. Hey, that's the main thing, right? Anywhere you live in the world, you just gotta be happy. To me, that's like the main thing. We're trying to find our peace. Especially as we get older, like you're just wanting to find peace in life, enjoy retirement. That's all we're trying to do. This guy Enoch, are you gay? I'm not gay. I'm married to Dazzle. It's like not gay. Nothing wrong with being gay. It's like I have friends that are gay. It's like, but she was good. All right. I think Fortune. She was good. Graduated well, it's like if you graduate valedictorian here in the Philippines, you got to be a pretty smart. That's the law school type people. You graduate valedictorian. Made number 6, man. Number 6 in the bar. Come on now. That's a freaking genius here, man. And record 2 perfect scores out of 8 exams. But guess what? She didn't get in law UP. Yeah, well, that's. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, Fortune, but that she didn't get into like Sambeda, UP, Ateneo. But if you're smart, you're smart. And sometimes, it's not about like what school you go. I know those are big school, Fortune, UP, Ateneo, Sambeda, but it's still to the individual, right? Because you're gonna say get the same books. It just comes down to how dedicated the person is learning, learning whatever they're trying to learn. No top law firm offered. Wow, I'm surprised, man. Number 6 in the bar and they didn't offer her? Wow. But I'm glad she found another career path in the US. Probably happier in the US, make more money in the US, man. I tell my employees to push for OFW work in Western countries only. Yes, yes. And that's Leanna's dream. Leanna, she's all about going overseas. Leanna's goal is to work in a country where they have snow. She's never seen snow, so that's her thing. Yeah, there you go. Leanna said, yeah, she goes, she wants to see snow and work where it's cold because it said, man, it's always hot in the Philippines. She said it's always hot in the Philippines. She wants to go to a cold climate country. I told her, go to Norway. I have a cousin that in the 1970s, he graduated from Mapua in Manila. Fortune, he knows Mapua, a lot of like engineering, but my cousin, he was a medical technologist, like a lab tech. And then he became a pathologist, I think. But he went, after graduation here in the Philippines in the 70s, he went to Norway and worked as a medical technologist in Norway for many, many years, 30 years, 35 years he worked in Norway. Now he's like retired in Tagaytay with a mansion. He's living the good life because he saved this money working in Norway. Now he's got like, I think he's Norwegian citizen too, but he has a great life in Tagaytay, enjoying his retirement in Tagaytay. She got into old law firm Quasha until her U.S. petition came. All right. What a great story, man. What a great story, Fortune. So she went to the U.S., married, and disqualified. My mother-in-law was dual U.S. citizen. Father was a U.S. Navy man. All right. Hey, I know a lot of people. Sangli Naval Base. It helped a lot of Filipinos migrate to the United States. I know many people that was their path, their family's path into United States citizenship. It all started with the Sangli Naval Base here in the Philippines. She is doing well, Fortune. I don't do many cities. Cebu only this far, but I like Cebu to escape the family, farms and rain. Yeah, right? That's I understand that because for me, it's like here I can just stay here in Aklan province just because I do enjoy it when I go to Iloilo City because I get to go to SNR. I get to watch an IMAX movie. It becomes a special trip every time Dazzle and I, when we go to Iloilo City because we do not have the big malls here. But, Kalibo's not bad. We have, Grand Gaisano Mall. We got the beach. We're near Boracay. If I wanted Western food, if I have a craving for like Indian food, Greek food, Thai food, we don't have that in Kalibo, but we have it in Boracay. So that's why I picked Aklan instead of Roxas City or Iloilo because I wanted to be always close to Boracay Island. To me, Boracay Island is my happy place. I know eventually Maybe when Leanna starts college, she can live here with mom in this house. Dazzle and I will build our house in Katiklan or live in Boracay. Rent in Boracay Island. That's always been my happy place. Boracay Island's my happy place. I know many people view Boracay as a touristy and all that. I don't see that because I'm not a tourist when I'm in Boracay. I'm more local. I have local friends there. I hang out with the locals when I'm in Boracay Island. The U.S. is overrated. Overrated. I mean, it's still a great place. I mean, especially if you're starting in your career. The U.S. is. I mean. Filipinos here in the Philippines will give anything to go to the US and work because that is where you can earn a lot of money, for your future. If you're young, if you're in your 20s, 30s, that's the still the best path, I think. It's like go to the US or any overseas because you can make money. The people here in the Philippines, very few here, can really make a lot of money. Fortune, because he's well educated, Fortune's wife's an ER doc, they can build a life here. But that's not a path for many Filipinos, unfortunately. Many Filipinos, they're just trying to get a job. They're just trying to get any job, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge. That's why a lot of Filipinos, that's why they go overseas because, even like the manual labor, even like if you're not well educated, you can get jobs overseas as like domestic helper. You can go to the Middle East. They're always looking construction, people working construction. She married a Pinoy there, born here, but migrated there. Ray, the husband served in U Army. All right, Haiti guy, but was stationed in Kosovo. All right, a fellow veteran. All right. He retired, but I don't know how many years. He had a house rental to burn down. Oh, the forest fire. I have a friend, my friend Horace. He works for the city of Los Angeles, and that fire's been last year, right? But he's still working to like the rebuild. That's gonna take many years to rebuild Los Angeles, keeping him very busy in Los Angeles County. He then took up nursing. He manages, I think, some nursing home. Okay, all right. Good career path too, man. I know if you get into nursing, anything medical in the U.S., nursing home, that's in big demand in the U.S. because Americans are aging and requiring nursing homes and assisted living. I have a cousin that lives in Houston, Texas. That's how they built their wealth. They own an assisted living. She goes home yearly because all of us are here. Yeah, all of us are here. Well, that's the thing, Fortune. For many Filipinos that go to the U.S., it doesn't matter if you're in the U.S. many years. You haven't been back in the Philippines 10, 20 years. It's still a dream for a lot of Filipinos in the U.S. to come home, because like I said earlier, for me, I spent over 30 years in the United States, and during my 30 years in the United States, Philippines was always home for me. Even it was always a dream for me to go back. I just feel more comfortable here, and especially now with all the division in the United States. We don't have that here. It's like when I'm here, I'm with Filipinos. It's like Filipinos are kind, they're friendly. They're not argumentative. It's like right now, it's just not from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing from people, it's just not a good place to be in America. Just because you can't say what's on your mind. It's like you get attacked for your own opinions. It's like that's not a fun way to live. You know, to me anyway, just for me, I like my peaceful life here. I like that I don't talk to anybody here regarding politics or religion, or you know, I don't see people protesting. I don't see people like marching, you know, yelling at each other. You know, it's like fighting. You know, it's like I don't see that. I don't see that here in Aklan province. I live a very peaceful life here, perfect for me for retirement, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my life here. I'm gonna die here in Aklan province. I don't have any plans on ever leaving this place. Oh, Cerritos, Long Beach. All right, Fortune. I graduated. I'm a Long Beach grad, man. Class of 1983. The Long Beach Wilson Bruins, the Fighting Bruins. VA will be there for them. All right. Iloilo has very good law schools. San Agustin, West Visayan, UP has started. All right. Oh, I know. Oh, I know about Iloilo, man. Not only law school, but they have really good medical and nursing. I mean, Iloilo City, man, it's like they bring out like good graduates, good graduates. Go to Canada. All right. I mean, that's another I mean, and you know, the thing bond with, you know, I keep telling Leanna, as long as you graduate here in the Philippines, get your NCLEX, get your English proficiency. Once you have all the credentials, she's gonna be in demand. Like I see it all the time. I got neighbors here that are nurses. I see it that they nursing. They do not have a problem of as far as finding work upon graduation. Even if they decide to stay here in the Philippines, they're in demand here too in the Philippines, you know, because everybody's, you know, the minute they graduate nursing, they're just getting their experience here in the Philippines, and they take off. But you're always got a job, even if you might not make the same money working in the Philippines, but there's also a chance for if you want to stay in the Philippines. But unfortunately, all the good doctors, good nurses, everybody, they, you know, that lure of money to work overseas is just too tempting, unless you already have money here, you know, and you can afford a comfortable life here. You know, those people stay. That's why we have doctors here, because a lot of the doctors here in the Philippines, they come from well-off families anyway. They don't need to work overseas to make. They have money already. You know, a lot of the well-off people, rich people here in the Philippines, they send their kids to become a doctor, become a lawyer, because they already have money. A lot of them, the political, right? Fortune, like the political people, they want their kids to become professionals here, doctors, lawyers, nurses here in the Philippines, because that it adds to their political success. You know, building their political dynasty here in the Philippines. Take Leanna to Japan. For sure. I actually told Leanna, if she picks Japan or South Korea to work when she becomes a nurse, we'll go with her. Even for 6 months until she gets settled. I told her, your ate and kuya will go to wherever you get a job. We'll get an apartment with her so we can keep an eye on her so you can get settled. You know, we will do the, you know, that's why I told her if she picks Japan or South Korea or maybe Singapore, you know, it's like I love Singapore too. Yeah, close enough, and then we'll go with her for the first 6 months, get her all settled in, and every year we can come visit her, you know. So to me that's a win-win. I'm kind of like putting these things in Leanna's mind, you know. So you know, it's like guiding her to like because Leanna, she relies to us too, you know. She loves her kuya and ate. She knows we got her best interest, you know. We want what's best for Leanna. I'm rooting for Leanna. Thank you, Fortune. We all are. The family's rooting for Leanna. She's a good kid, man. She's just a great kid. Good heart, honest, you know. Teaching her kindness. Always be kind to her classmates. I don't want her getting a big head, because in the public school where she goes, she's very popular because I do YouTube. All the kids when Leanna goes to school, they're like waving, "Hey, Leanna!" From like first grade to like seventh grade, everybody knows her. So I don't want her to get a big head. I want her to be still a normal kid. Mapua is now a university and now owned by Yuchenkos. All right, RCBC. All right, thank you for. I didn't know that, but my cousin Larry. That's where he graduated. He was a medical technologist. He graduated in the early 70s, and then he took a job to Norway, where he lived for like 35 years in Norway. Made money, made money because now he lives in Tagaytay, man. He's got a mansion in Tagaytay now. Cebu City is a smaller Manila. Yes. For me, it's still big, man. When I go to Cebu City, I've been there a couple of times. To me, it's big. I come from the province. I came from Aklan province, and Kalibo, our biggest town here in Aklan province, is 100,000 people. When you talk Cebu and Manila, you're talking in the millions, man. 1 million. See, right there, 1 million. But the province, Kalibo, 100K. We got our numbers. Roxas is 20, like I said, small, medium, and then 500K for Iloilo, large. Small, medium, large. Yeah, Metro Manila is just like humongous, man. Millions. Their next visit is late March. We go to Batangas. Oh, R&R, yeah. Probably go, what is that resort that very popular? I'm trying to think, Nasugbu, Batangas. That's a popular resort area in Batangas. Nice beaches. Back to Cavite, they'll proceed to Lucena. All right. True that. Dreamin'. Hey, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Glad you made the live stream. Thank you. Yeah, we can all dream, right? I've said it many times on my live stream. Nothing wrong with dreaming. Dreaming is free. I think if anything, it keeps our hopes and dreams alive, right? It's like nothing wrong with dreaming. We can always like dream. Now, I'm pretty sad. Like you guys can see, I'm happy and content. To me, I'm just grateful. Each day for me is a blessing. I wake up each day. I got thankfulness and gratefulness in my heart. I'm a cancer survivor. For me, I'm like everything. Every day is just a second chance in life. It's a blessing. It's like I'm great every time I wake up. First thing I do, I open this door. I'm waiting for sunrise. It's another day, another beautiful day, another day to start. It's like a lot of times I think people forget that. Each day is not given. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. It's like a lot of people get sidetracked with all like different things. And I understand because especially if you're living in the United States, there's a lot of stuff going on. You're probably working. You have family to worry about. You got stuff, outside noise, the media, work, co-workers that drive you nuts, so just too much that it's hard to appreciate sometimes life when you're in that situation. And I understand because I've been in that situation. That's why I left it, that's why I left it early. I retired here when I was 45 because I was like, there's got to be a better life than just working till I'm 62, get my Social Security, and then live whatever life I have after 62. That wasn't the path for me. And I'm glad I chose it. I know not everybody can do it. It was a good time in my life. I had my military pension. I was not in debt. I had a little bit of savings. So I knew I could do it. But now I'm noticing a lot more, that are coming to the Philippines that I'm helping. They're younger. They're no longer waiting for Social Security. I've had many people now in their 40s and 50s, and they're here in the Philippines now. So I think maybe there's some influence from other people doing it like me that's started young to retire, but I'm seeing that now. It's like, and then the people that I help that are Social Security age that collected Social Security, pretty much all of them, when I talk to them, they all tell me, I wish I retired sooner. None of them has said, or most of them will tell me, man, I waited too long. I should have been here 10 years ago, because they now realize that they can retire here on a budget, that they don't need, that I think in the US, they always tell you in the US, you need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars or $1 million to retire in the US. I think most people are realizing you don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to retire. There are places in the world that will allow you to retire on a budget. As long as you got a pension coming in, even minimum, I say $1,500, but anything over $2,000 and above, you're like golden. You're like golden. There's not just the Philippines. There's Vietnam. There's Thailand, Cambodia. You're giving up your country. You're giving up your first world, Western lifestyle. But, for me, once you experience this lifestyle in the Philippines, you're gonna realize it's I'm not saying do it. I'm not like trying to promote it, but it's just a more calming lifestyle, not stressful. Western lifestyle to me, especially now of what I see and when I talk to people, it's just stressful, man. It's like expensive to live in the United States. It's like from groceries, from bills, from like your cell phone bill, cable bill, everything's just rent, mortgage, property insurance, homeowners, it's just so much, so much to I know people in the US, they're like military retired, working for a federal government, I got another job, and they're like barely getting by. It's like, why do that? If you already have a pension, that you can go to a country where you can live more relaxed, maybe live longer, maybe less stress free, can enjoy the sunrise, can enjoy the sunset, can walk, I just see many people, that I talk to, that on my WhatsApp, on my Messenger, they're, the message I'm getting, man, I got to get out of here. I got to find a new life. That's what I'm seeing, it's like, but the US just takes so much money to have a good life. And I know there's a lot of people, I have a friend, his name's Ray. He's got a good life in the US. He built wealth. He's got wealth. He's got a military pension, disability, federal. He's just got money. So he lives at a nice house by the lake. So, he can afford to live in the US. But what I'm finding out is like less and less people are in that situation, and the people get on it. Well, you didn't save enough money, but not all of us can save, man. There's people out there in the U.S., man. They've worked at Walmart for most of their lives. How can you expect to be? You're blaming them that Social Security is not supposed to be your whole retirement. You should have saved money. Well, not everybody's a lawyer. Not everybody's a doctor, a nurse. Some people are just normal, everyday people working at Walmart. You can work at Walmart for 40 years and not build wealth. How can you build wealth working at Walmart? Nothing wrong with working at Walmart, but that's the job you got. Not everybody can get a great job in the United States. September 21, places near Manila will have a few. I've been seeing that. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn, for mentioning that. It's been in the news here in Manila. They're going to have protests. They're going to have rallies because of anti-corruption, because of that flood control thing. That family, those couple that stole millions of dollars. All these kickbacks, all these politicians getting into the money of the people. The government money. The province is peaceful, away from the metro. Thank you, Fortune. It is. Emmanuel, hey brother, Emmanuel. All right, Emmanuel Machon. He was a classmate of mine in college. We went to STI College Kalibo together. Hi, Kuya Gino. Good to see you. Still Pogi. Hey, thank you, brother. Pogi means like handsome. It's like thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you joining the live stream. Machon. Can't wait to see you, man. If you're ever in Makato, I know you got family in Makato, let me know. Let me know. We can have dinner or something. I haven't seen you in a while, man. 6 months in South Korea. Get it. Right? Right? That's why I told Leanna. If she picks like South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Dazzle and I will live there with her. We'll get her like an apartment. We'll live with her apartment, get her settled, and then make sure she's all right. And then, visit her every year, since it's close by. And by that time, I will have my Social Security. Those are the things that we'll be able to do once I receive my Social Security. Hey, hi, Gino and all. Siege Meister. All right, Siege Meister. Thank you for joining the live stream. My mom used to have a home in Lucena City. Fortune, I have because nice. That's one thing you will do for sure, Vaughn. Once you come here to the Philippines, once you retire here, you're gonna visit family. Because no matter how long you haven't seen them, like my cousins in Bulacan, when I took Dazzle there to visit my Lola's grave site in Bulacan, I have not, been to Bulacan since 1978. That was the last time I saw. That's the last time I saw my cousins in Bulacan was 1978. But when I saw them, it was just like we were remembering the time when we were playmates when I was younger. That's how Filipinos are. They embrace you, brother. They embrace you. They throw a party for you, welcoming party. They kill a pig. You got like lechon. Everybody's karaokeing. Everybody's celebrating. That's just how Filipinos roll, man. It's like, and I know you will experience the same thing. It's like, Fortune, great Vaughn. Ray family is originated from Mauban, Quezon, but a lot moved to Lucena, the capital of the province of Quezon. All right, man, I'm getting all these educational facts for my friend Fortune, man. We went to Nasugbu, I think, 2019. This time, we'll be in Leia, San Juan. All right. All right. Oh, HD Edgar is getting picked up at the airport. Today, HD, I'm picking up Edgar at noon, not noon. I'll have to leave her, but at least by 10. That way I'm not in a rush to get to the airport. I'll get there a little early, my parking spot, and then, make my way to the arrival area. Today at noon. Hello, HD Night. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Good day, HD. Hello, HD at Cebu Airport now. Oh, it's at Cebu Airport now. All right, Edgar. All packed and waiting on time to board. All right, he's getting ready to board, man. I'm getting ready to leave. It's about an hour and 15 minutes for me to get to Boracay Airport or in Caticlan or in Nabas. Now, it always confuses me because the airport occupies Nabas Aklan and Caticlan Aklan. The departure is in Caticlan Aklan and the arrival is at Nabas Aklan. But beautiful weather. I'm not going to show you the weather here, Edgar. It's beautiful, man. You're gonna be like amazed on our drive home to your new home in Kalibo. And I show you your new home in Kalibo, man. It's like beautiful day today, man. Look at that sunshine. Man, look at that. That's like a bright sun today. No rain. It's going to be a nice drive for me going to Caticlan this morning. There's mom, of course. She's doing laundry. She's always doing laundry. Mama's always doing laundry. But just sunny, bright and sunny. Gonna be all blue skies today. I don't see any rain clouds. Gonna be a nice day. It is warm already. And it's only what, like 8:22? It is hot out here. Let me go back inside, man. It's too hot. Too hot out there. But gonna be a nice drive for me to Katiklan. I like it when I get to drive when it's sunny and it's not raining. A lot safer here. A lot safer here to drive when it's nice and sunny. Might not be around when we retire for my generation and younger. Well, that's I never, for me, HD, looking at things like that, I always think of the positive. I'm not a negative person. It's like if it's not there, at least maybe it's not gonna be there. So you prepare, right? You prepare. You do your own thing. Make sure you have enough money. Like for me, like right now, if something happened to Social Security, I'm still good. It's like it's not going to change. Social Security would be life changing because I would get another pension, but I would still have a good life here. It's like I'm cruising. I'm on cruise control now. It's like I've learned to budget. I've learned to save. It's like I have a nice retirement here. So, to me, Social Security would be just another blessing if it happens. And I'm only less than 3 years now. So, but if it doesn't, it's not, I'll still manage. I'll still have a good life. Early retiring people can be attributed to the miserable lives the boomer have. Fortune. Nice, Edgar. Cebu Mactan. Yeah, Cebu Mactan. I was there, man. I was there at the airport. What's the last time I was at Cebu Mactan? I think it was when we went to Bohol. Dazzle and I went to Bohol. We took the fast craft from Tagbilaran City to Cebu City, stayed a few days in Cebu City, and then flew out of Mactan. December of 2022. Have fun. Oh, we'll make sure Edgar has it. Edgar's a fisherman, so Dazzle and Leanna, we're gonna and Mom, we're gonna take Edgar fishing to Laola's fish farm. He's gonna, we'll make sure that he sees a lot of what Aklan province has to offer. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Today is a blessing, a gift from God, and why we call it the present. Amen, Olsen. Thank you for that thought. That's like, I like that. I'm gonna have to steal that, man. I'm gonna steal that from you, man. That's awesome. Yeah. One hand. All right, one hand. Edgar stayed in Mactan, so traffic. Good, smart move, Edgar. That way you didn't have to worry about traffic. Crossing the bridge in Cebu City. Good, stayed in Mactan Island. That's a good move. That's a pro move. Edgar. Quote from Kung Fu Panda. All right, Kung Fu Panda. I've not seen that movie in a while, but I love the Kung Fu Panda movie. I've seen that a long time ago. Hello, that's right. Hey, Ruben's back. I know. No kaoy. Yeah, he's back. Ruben's back from he messaged me. Ruben was like he landed in Iloilo City. Ruben's got a place here in Kalibo since January, but he was gonna stay in Iloilo City, but the cab driver that Ruben got at the airport in Iloilo said, "I can take you to Kalibo. You don't have to stay overnight in Iloilo." So he did. He took from Iloilo City. This taxi driver took Ruben to Kalibo. That's like a 3-hour cab ride, probably quicker because the cabs, they drive fast. And I think the guy at Ruben, correct me if I'm wrong, charged him like 4,000 pesos, about $75. I mean, Ruben would have spent that anyway if he stayed at a hotel, eat breakfast. And I'm sure Ruben just wanted to get back to his apartment in Kalibo. So he took a cab. From Iloilo City all the way to Kalibo. Billions, Kuya. They stole yes, they did. The flood projecting, the DPWH, they stole like billions, dollars, not pesos, man. They stole billions. You're in Kalibo, Ruben? Yes. Ruben's been living in Kalibo for 7 months. He uses Kalibo as his base. I found him a studio apartment, furnished apartment in Kalibo, 8,000 pesos for his studio apartment. Ruben uses it at his base. He travels the Philippines. Ruben's been to Davao, Dumaguete, Bacolod, Iloilo, Nueva Ecija, Angeles City. Ruben's all over the Philippines, but he uses this as his base. Hey, there's Chloe. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Morning, Mama. There's the baby. There's the diva. The diva woke up. The diva woke up because Mama's woke up.
Morning, guys.
Edgar's at the airport already, babe.
Oh.
Edgar's at the airport at Cebu Airport.
Did we order water, G?
What's that?
Did we order water?
I didn't order water. I'll order it. I'll text it. I haven't texted the water. Our drinking water. I have to text the guy to get our. Well, looks like he's getting it, babe. He's getting our containers, our water containers.
Our water, kuya.
There's Chloe. All right, Chloe. Chloe's curious. She wanted to go outside. Oh, watch out. I didn't let out Chloe because the guy collecting we have these containers, like blue containers for drinking water, and there's a guy that comes and picks it up. They take it to their place, refills our 5-gallon drinking water, costs us 25 pesos each, less than 50 US cents for 5 gallons of drinking water.
25, 75.
But Kalibo's Ruben's home base. Ruben's met people in Kalibo. He's got friends at Pares Retiro. He's got friends at Dunkin' Donuts. The Manongs is what we call the Manongs at the Dunkin' Donut. They're like the older people in Kalibo. Used to be politicians, engineer. Ruben's got in connection with those people, and he also has a favorite pool hall. Ruben likes to play billiards, and he's got a local pool hall that Ruben goes to. So he's got a nice life here, nice life in Kalibo. But he just came from Angeles City. He was in Angeles City for a whole week. Yes, just 2 kilometers to the airport. If you go to mainland, you will just waste time going and returning due to traffic. Oh, billions, the House Speaker resigned. I saw that. Fortune posted it. I'll be there next week. All right, Machon, hook me up, man. Message me. We're friends on Facebook, man. Just send me a messenger. I'll take you guys out to dinner. U.S. Fed cut rates by. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Fortune, for posting that. I saw your post about that. That surprised me, actually. There's been all this talk about the federal U.S. Fed not cutting rates. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he cuts the rates. Which is hopefully it'll help. Hopefully it'll help America. I'll hit you up. Yeah, all right. Send a messenger, Machon said. Thank you, brother. We'll see you for sure. Fortune, looks like more inflation is coming up then. Beaches between Quezon, Batangas are outstanding. Yes. Nice beaches in Batangas. I've been there. I've been to beaches in Batangas. We were there March of 2022, the last time Dazzle and I were in Batangas. Yes, that's Leia. Been there many times. Edgar, don't rush. I think it'll be an hour or more before we get on the plane. No worries, Edgar. You know me, man. I never rush. I'm always early because I like doing stuff early. That way I'm not rushing. But believe me, Edgar, you'll get to know me, man. I don't stress about stuff, man. I just go with the flow. I don't worry about things. And I've been retired 14 years. I think I got this retirement thing down already. I think I got this thing. It's like, if I'm an expert of anything, I'm an expert of retiring. I'm 14 years retirement. I don't think I don't know of a person that enjoys retirement more than I do, because to me it's just like it's been a blessing. It's like I don't have to worry about money. I'm not rich. I'm not financially well off, but I just have enough money that I know I don't have to worry about it. I don't even look at my pay statements. I don't even look at my bank in the U.S. My money can, because I don't have any worries as far as that because I maintain a frugal budget, low budget. Our living cost is my pension is more than what I need. You know, it's like I just learned how to live a good retirement life.
Inside na. Opo, pipi.
I'm so jelly. I'm so jelly. Edgar said. Vaughn said for looks like Gino is extra bright to match the bright sunshine. That match the energy. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for Edgar. I'm excited for him to welcome him to the Philippines. Welcome him to his new life. Get him to a good start, a soft landing here in the Philippines. Because I can remember how that felt. I remember how that felt for me 14 years ago when I landed in Boracay Island. You know, it's like I was glad that I had friends that I met there. You know, it's like I didn't know anybody when I landed there. I'm thankful that I was welcomed by people. I have friends at the Boom Boom Bar, that the bar doesn't exist anymore, but they welcomed me to Boracay Island. I had my mountain bike buddies that I used to ride mountain bikes. Some were from Britain, some were from Canada. We would island hop on our mountain bikes, take it to different islands near Boracay and just mountain bike. You know, it was just I remember that feeling, and I want Edgar to experience the same feeling of like, you're just so happy, you know. I remember riding my mountain bike in mainland Aklan, Buruanga, all the places in Aklan. I was just happy. Here I was 45 years old. I'm on a mountain bike. Stopping by, eating bak choy, talking to with my good buddies, just enjoying life. To me, that was what life was all about. I got to experience I was still fit, I was still like young, I was like, and I'm getting back. Hopefully I can do that stuff again. I ain't giving up. It's like now I'm feeling well from my cancer treatments. I think I can get back. I might get a mountain bike. I might surprise you guys. I might get back I'm back on my skateboard. So it's like, life doesn't end. Life doesn't end. After cancer treatments, I'm 59. Life doesn't end. I'm looking forward to 60. I'm looking forward to doing more things once I hit 60. The old terminal in Caticlan, Malay side, they made into departure. I know the departure is in Caticlan is the departure. The arrival is in Nabas. I'm picking up Edgar at Nabas, Aklan. Yes, they're building a new. I know about the new terminal. Hopefully, it's gonna be like a nice because Boracay, the airport, Boracay Airport, they call, man, it's tiny, man. It's tiny in there. Like so many people leave, so many people arrive, but it's just so tiny, so unorganized. So it's like you get in there if you're waiting for a flight. If one flight gets delayed, it's like the whole waiting area is packed, wall to wall sardines. People, that's why they're building a new terminal. That's how Kalibo used to be. Kalibo Airport used to be like that. So they built this massive airport in Kalibo, beautiful airport, and now they don't use it. now there's not many flights going into Kalibo. I was there last 2014, man. It's been a while. Fortune time for you to hit Boracay, my friend. I'll meet you up in Boracay next time you come, man. Have a safe travel to Caticlan. Blessings. Yes. Hey, Colonel. Good morning, Colonel. OB, I need more interest rate cuts. I need more interest. No one can afford to buy my house. I might just foreclose. Oh, man. Yeah. It's like, man, you're already so blessed, Olsen. I know it's hard to take a hit, with the housing market and all that, but you're already so blessed. Just come to the Philippines. You'll have a great life here, man. I know that. I know. You got a healthy pension coming here. It's like, you will have a great life here. Has been around the country. I know, Ruben's he's a Philippine traveler, Morning, Dezo. Morning, Dave. Olsen says, good morning.
Morning, Elsa. Hey, G.
I'm at the 2 hour point already, so I'm gonna just go through the comments here and end the live stream. That way, get ready.
Is Isaiah online?
Huh?
Is also son online?
Yeah. Isaiah's always online because he goes to homeschool now.
Homeschool.
Yeah, he doesn't. He goes. They're homeschooling Isaiah now. I haven't even eaten my oatmeal. I gotta eat my oatmeal before.
Can you do your oatmeal?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, babe. Dazzle's preparing my oatmeal so I can eat oatmeal before we leave here.
Yes.
2 more before year ends, Ubi. That's the analysis. Oh, nice. Nice analysis. I mean, Fortune's the banker, man. Fortune's the finance guy here. Morning. HD. HD says good morning, Dazzle.
Good morning, HD.
Yes, sir. Hoping for it, Fortune. They should have cut it last quarter, but oh well. At least hey, better cut it now. At least it got cut now, right? Right, Olson. Better late than never. Better late than never. So, I'll make it to the Philippines next year. Next year, that'll go by fast, Olson. That'll go by fast. Another 25, and I can refinance it through the VA, and I can have more cushion. All right. I'm comfortable. It's usually the phrase that not me, I'm not rich, like you can look at my lifestyle, man. This is a small house, for me, I say comfortable because I don't have to look at my bank statement, bank accounts. I just have to make sure I have enough money on my Gcash and my ATM. HD, US inflation is because of tariffs, so that debate. Some would make rate cuts, but job report to cut. All right. Hey, however, if it's a good thing, to cut rates, and I'm happy that they did. Hey, Gino, Kim Mandal, make more POV vlogs driving around Kalibo or walking around. I will. Let me know if there's a specific area in Kalibo that you want me to walk or the drive around. It's easy. When we're in our car, I'll film more and I'll film more walking. No worries. I'll include more of that. Yeah, let's do it. We both can find electric MTV electric mountain bike. Ruben wants to get an electric. Dazzle's gonna let me, Ruben, get like a bicycle again. A mountain bike. Yeah. If we can find one, likely in Iloilo. All right, Ruben. I wouldn't mind getting back on a mountain bike. I'm not gonna do all the rough terrain anymore. I'm not gonna do that. But streetwise, our subdivision here, there's enough, like the diversion roads, man. Those are like a nice place. We can take our mountain bike in the back of my car. We'll get like a bike rack on the back, and we can go, Ruben. I still have 3 e-bikes grounded in San Diego and can't be shipped. Time to sell those, man. Just sell those e-bikes, man. That way we can use that money to buy your e-bike here in the Philippines. And I can actually get by without an e-bike. And I'm feeling my legs are strong still, because I've noticed on the treadmill now, I can jog for like 30 minutes. So I know I can build that up. Thanks, babe. I got my oatmeal. Dazzle made me the full oats or.
Mom cook it.
Oh, mom cooked it this time.
I just,
Prepared it. You just prepared it. Take care, Kuya. All right, take care, everyone. I'm gonna end the live stream. I'll make sure I hit everybody's comments here. I'm excited. I can't wait to get Edgar at the airport.
Yeah.
I really enjoy
Thank you guys for joining the live today.
Thank you. New subscriber. All right, Nene Days. Hey, Nene, that's Dazzle's older sister.
Yeah.
That's what we call her, Nene. Nene is a common name here. Nene usually the youngest. They call Nene, or a young kid, Nene. But. All right, thank you so much for the new subscription. Thank you. I'm back. As for the job thing, it's extremely important of focusing, having a career, not a job. All right, Daniel. Say hello to the fishing queen. The fishing queen hasn't been fishing because the reason she said she's not fishing lately, Daniel, she got sick of eating tilapia. She ate. They were eating so much tilapia. We were eating so much tilapia. Dazzle said,
Maybe on Friday.
maybe on Friday. They said, I heard that mom said maybe on Friday fishing.
Not on Friday, I think Saturday.
Now it's Saturday. So I guess we're going fishing on Saturday. If the weather's like this, you guys should take advantage because I think there might be a rain coming in next week. So take advantage of it. Bon, have a great time with. I am. I'm excited to see Edgar. Finally meet him in person. Have a good time. All right, Edgar, Bon. All right, salute, brother, salute, Bon. All right, take care, everyone. Everybody have a good day, and I'll update you. About Edgar's arrival here in Kalibo and Aklan Province. Take care.
Everyone.
Take care, everyone. Dazzle says thank you. Mom says thank you. See you.